The Rhinelander community is mourning the sudden loss of George Rouman. On top of owning Rouman Cinema and the Fun Factory, Rouman's impact in the community was unquantifiable. Our own Jake Force is currently outside the Rouman Cinema, where a public memorial was held today. Jake, what can you tell us about how big of a loss this is for the community?
Well, Dan, as you said, the hole that George Rouman leaves in this community is a massive one. George took over his family's business and strived to follow in the footsteps of his parents, not only by continuing to run a great business, but by investing in the community and giving back to it. And it's not just how invested he was that made George such a special figure, but the fact that he also tried to spread those values and that knowledge to the next generation of business leaders, both here in the Northwoods and beyond.
I could call George up anytime and he would say yes and drop whatever he was doing to help me with whatever it is I needed. You could always count on George. And I don't know when he slept. I don't know how he did it all, but what a void.
As the Rhinelander community continues to mourn the loss of George Rouman, some of those who worked closely with him are reflecting on the impact he had on so many people in Rhinelander, the Northwoods, and beyond. Heather Shalleck worked with George on the board of the Nicolet College Foundation and said that above all, George's kind heart and willingness to mentor the next generation of Northwoods entrepreneurs is what she will remember the most.
I think what made George so good as an entrepreneur is his interest in learning all the time, but also teaching. He didn't want to keep any trade secrets. He wanted to share the knowledge and share what he learned so that others could also learn and help others.
Part of that mentorship included helping his employees, who are mostly in high school or recently graduated, to find a cause in the community during the holiday season that they wanted to donate to. Rouman, back in December, elaborating on the importance of teaching young people to give back.
For me, it's just a way to do a couple of things. Number one, again, give back to the community. But number two, to try to have a conversation with my staff, who again are mainly younger people, about the importance of working within your community, giving back.
Nath Frederick's Abby Lukowski also highlighted what it meant to grow up with Rouman and later work with him on various philanthropic endeavors.
George's heart, I believe, was what I valued most, or what I think most of us will value and miss the most. I think our community is going to grieve for a long time because he was a big brother, if you will, for many of us.
Lukowski added that while Rouman was a fantastic businessman, he was, above all else, a man of integrity.
And not so much the monetary gain. It was about making sure that Rhinelander had, those internal components that are so necessary for a thriving community.
And the Rouman family requested we not bring our cameras inside today's visitation, but I was able to get inside here for just a little bit earlier, and I can tell you that amongst the tears, you can see a community rejoicing around the fond memorial that George Rouman leaves behind. Dan?